Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It is great to be with you tonight. It is a Friday night. It's November 10th, 2023, and we're getting ready for Thanksgiving in just a couple weeks. Anyway, I do want to thank you for being here. Whether you're here at 9:35 in the evening, 9:35 in the morning, 10 a.m., 10 p.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., potato. I'm so grateful that you are here with me tonight on the Inspirations for Your Life show. So, if you guys are new, there's a QR code at the top right hand corner of the screen. Would you do me a favor and just go ahead and point your phone over the QR code like so? Touch the yellow lips, and once you do that, well, you'll get my link tree as easy as that. You'll notice that we added a brand new section. I'm going to show you this right now. You'll notice that we have a brand new section there called Tools for Podcast Hosts and Guests. You're going to want to check that out because that's some tools that I use. And I think you're definitely going to want to check them out because it's pretty amazing. So do check that out. And I want to tell you what I'm doing. So I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and I am a podcast host and a podcast coach. And I'm a specialist in helping businesses tell a story that leads to them growing and being more scalable and profitable. I typically work with companies that bring in 10 million or more, and they either know the story or they want me to find out what their story is, and I can share that out with the world so people will become curious and they'll choose to want to do business with your company. So definitely really great to have you here. I got to tell you, it is, when I say amazing, it is absolutely amazing to have you here. So let's get right into the master topic, shall we? So the master topic tonight is Mastering VAK Combinations for Success, Series 2, Show 45, Episode number 7. Yeah, so this is the big enchilada. This is the day that you want to pay attention to, because if you missed everything else, this is the day where I put everything together, and it's just going to make a lot of sense for you guys. So I do want to thank you for coming here tonight, Friday. We have some great guests coming up in the next couple of weeks, just to give you guys a heads up on that. Who do I have coming up next week? Yeah, I have some good guests coming up, and really some amazing people. I have a surgeon coming up in December. Actually, I have a surgery coming up in November. Pardon me. I have a surgery coming up. It's actually the 14th of November. I have Dr. Gary Simons, who is a national neurosurgeon, and he's going to talk to us about preventing burnout. Perfect thing to hear right around the holidays. And we've got more. We've got Ken, who's going to come and talk to us about what lights your fire to take action. So that's going to be really cool. And we have Nico Lagan, who will be with us in December. So we just have a lot of great stuff. And when I say grateful, I am so grateful that you guys are here, because this is, when I say incredible, this is absolutely, this is incredible. I mean, literally incredible. And let's talk about the VAK, shall we? So the VAK stands for Visual, Auditory, and Kinesthetic. All right. So, hey, Jeff, thank you so much for the like. Really do appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Lots of love and prayers out to you and your family. Hope your family's doing well. Thank you so much for that. So, when we talk about being around other people, there's one thing I'm not going to get into tonight, but it has to do with the fact of our energy, right? When we have an intention to do something, we can actually cause an effect on someone, even if they're like across the room. And if we're really good at it, we could do it across the world. See, it's our intention that can move energy really across light years. And so what I want to say to you guys is VAK is very powerful. Don't waste the skill, and also please use it in the highest level of integrity. That's the most important thing that I would like you to do for me. So when we think about VAK, and before I do that, I want to just definitely say thank you to all you guys. You know why I want to say thank you to you? I want to say thank you to you guys because you know what we're at right now? Last time I checked our numbers, ladies and gentlemen, we're at 44,600. We'll be at 50,000 downloads. Probably we were hoping to do it before the end of the month. I think we're going to be even sooner than that. So really grateful to be very close to our next big milestone. So that is coming up. We'll be hitting 50, and then we're trying to get 100,000 by the end of the first quarter of 2024. So really do appreciate all of you guys. And just to let you guys know, Inspirations for Your Life is going to be going to its third season in January. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that I have, as of today, published 801 episodes. As of tomorrow, I'll be 802. So, just a lot of great things. So when we talk about VAK, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic, we have basically the way our neurology works without getting too into that. So I'm going to use the example for, let's say, buying a car, because I know a lot of people buy or lease a car. And a lot of times they feel like they're getting taken advantage of or things like that. But maybe you're an honest salesperson. Maybe you're trying to get that sale with the customer, but you're just not connecting. So either way, I'm going to share this with you. One thing I want to do is going to say, hey, you come onto my lot or in the store, and I say, hey, let's say you're Tim. Hey, Tim, thanks so much for popping down. Really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me and check out all these great cars. I was just curious here. I'll call you. I'll say Greg. Greg, what was it that made you want to buy your first car? Was it something someone said? Was it something you saw, or maybe just something you felt? What made you want to, the first thing that made you want to take that car home with you? John, it was quite a few years ago. And I remember because it was actually this trip that I was coming back from. I was actually on this camping trip. And I was coming back, and I wanted to get a new car for a long time. And so I went down to the dealership and was looking at cars. And the first thing was, the sales rep said to me, why don't you get in and see what it's like? So I opened the door, and I got in, and I sat down. And the first thing I noticed was how comfortable this car was compared to my truck. I mean, I sat down, I didn't sink like on my truck, and I felt comfortable. Then I adjusted the mirrors, and it was great. Oh, that's amazing, Greg. What was the next thing that made you just want to take that truck home with you? Was it something perhaps that you saw, or maybe something you heard? Or you could even say something you felt, right? You could do that again. Now, there are times when we could have the pattern repeat, but it's not often. Usually we'll always have the pattern where it's not repeated. So it says to me, John, after I, felt how comfortable it was sitting in that car, I decided to give it a test. So I, turned the car on, and I heard the engine, and it just, almost put tears in my eyes, hearing that engine and just knowing that in, I don't know, maybe a day or two or less, this car was going to be mine. So something you heard, right? So that's so you're going to put down the, so that's going to be A, right? So then I come back and I say to them, Greg, that's amazing. And, what was the clincher that made you want to take that car home with you? Was it something you could say the same thing? You could say the same letters again. Something you saw, something you heard, something you felt. You could say the same 3 letters, and then they're going to come back to you and say, well, after I test drove the car and I came in to meet with the salesperson, I knew what the car was, and I was trying to get the best deal, and he showed me the paperwork. And when I saw the number, my eyes just kind of in a good way, because it was a lot less than what I expected it to be. So the numbers made me want to buy it. So now I got his formula. He is a kinesthetic, auditory, right? And the last one was visual. So I'll say, hey, Greg, let's say he's looking at this new car. And let's say he's looking at, I don't know, let's say he's looking at a Mercedes. Greg, thank you so much for coming by our lot today and checking out the car. I know you'll definitely be happy with it, but I want to make sure that, we find you the right car. And so now that I have that pattern, that was an amazing story. I know this blue Mercedes, once you're able to sit behind the wheel and literally just feel. And I may not say feel because he used feel, so I'm not going to use the same word. So I'm going to say something like, Greg, once you get into this car and you drive it, and you're just going to know that it's the right one for you because it's going to provide a lot of safe driving for you and your family. And I know that's important to you. And that lights him up a little bit. And so I may not say, why don't you, I'm not going to tell him to start the engine. I'm not going to do the same thing. I'm going to say something like, well, Greg, I think the reason why this car is the right one for you is because, when you're taking those long trips, like you told me you took with the camping and stuff like that, I know that putting on those tunes of whether it's Billy Joel or whether it's the songs that your kids want to hear now, you're just going to know because those sounds are going to really give you the confidence that this was the right car. And so he's still lighting up. And I'm like, the main reason I think this car is going to be great for you is when you take it home and you just see it in your driveway, or you take this car home, you put it in your driveway, and your family comes over and they notice what an amazing car you have out there. Or they notice what a beautiful looking car you have out there. You just unlocked his vault. And the important thing is not to use the same words, the same language. So let's do buying a house. Okay. So maybe you bought a house already, and I'll call you. Let's say Tim. Hey Tim, so you're looking for a new house? That's great. Tim, I was just curious. What was it that made you want to buy the first house? Oh, I have to say, when I was looking through all these houses, the one that really appealed to me was when I got inside and they had this amazing apple pie in the oven. And it just made me, the smell just made me feel like I was a kid and that, I was home and it was great for me. It was safe. So now you got his pattern, kinesthetic. What was the second thing that, made you want to, take that first home? Was it something that someone said, something you saw, or just maybe a gut? John, I think the second thing that made me want to really take that home was I was pulling out of a driveway with the sales rep because he had drove us there, and he said to me, he says, I know you can already picture yourself pulling in this driveway. And I kind of smiled, didn't say anything. And then the last thing was, we were just about to get out of the car. And he said something to me. He said, we can look at the houses all day long, but the most important thing to me is getting a house that you and your family are going to want to call your own. And it was just the fact that he said that to me that I just knew this is the right house, this is the right agent. So bam, now I have a strategy, KVA, kinesthetic, visual, auditory. Tim, that's amazing. Listen, I have one more house I want to show you. And I know that once, we get inside, you're definitely going to like it. So we go inside and it's wintertime and they have a fireplace going. Go inside and I say, hey, Tim, I'm not sure if I know you're into camping. I don't know about you, but whenever somebody puts a log on the fire and I'm able to either watch a game or, just be there, it just allows me to just take it easy. And I know that since you're a person that loves the, camping, what could be better than a house that has a fireplace in the main room and in the bedroom? The first thing was kinesthetic. His next pattern is a visual. So he's just smiling a little bit. And maybe we're looking at the master bathroom. And we're walking through it. And we're just about ready to leave the master bathroom. I said, which room did you like the most? He's like, I like the master bathroom. I like the master bedroom. And I love the fixed-up basement. And I said, I bet you probably can already imagine yourself there with your kids, either playing pool or ping pong or maybe just hanging out with the family. Yeah. And all those nights when they'll be arguing over who's right and who's wrong when you play Scrabble, you're probably going to just know that that's the right house for you. It's like, yeah, they definitely are loud. Bam. Don't say anything. They bought the house. So everyone has a pattern. The key is to learn this pattern with integrity. It's kind of like if somebody gives you a passcode, right? And they say, don't share it with anybody. And you don't. So when you learn someone else's secret about how they buy, you don't share that with anybody else. That's something that you got from that person. That's a bond. So now we know how to build our own. Do you know there's even, I'm going to share this with you. There's even one for a relationship. All right. So let me give you this one. This is a real great one. I think you guys are going to really appreciate. Let's call this person Mark, somebody different. Okay. And let's say you're the person, the lady, let's say, and we've had a lot of fun on these dates. Just curious, Mark, what was the first thing that made you want to know that you wanted to hang with this girl? Was it something she said? Was it the way she looked, or was it just a feeling you got? Let's say to you, well, Cassidy, it's funny you should say that. Whenever I was around her, she had this real calm demeanor. And I just always felt that everything was going to be okay. Then you'll ask the same question again, the same 3 letters in different order. Again, not using the same terms, but using words similar to it. What was the second thing? And then I'm going to say, I have to say it was one night we were going out for ice cream. And We're at this ice cream place. It's like a drive-through. Okay. He brought me back this tremendous cone. It was like gigantic. And when I got that cone, I was like, wow, that's for me. Like, this guy will do anything for me. I know it was just an ice cream cone, but it was just when I saw that, what was the last thing? I think it was coming home and my brothers and sisters saying, uh, he's a catch. Just smiled, didn't say anything. Kissed him and then knew that was to be the one. And we hung for a very long time. So now that you got that pattern, you took some interest in her story. Now you can come back and say, hey, Cassidy, I always enjoy hanging out with you. Your songs, your stories are great. But I think the most important thing to me is the way you just allow me to be me. And that lets me feel so comfortable around you. But remember, I have to do it in terms of her. So, the greatest thing being around you is I just love the way you make me feel around you, or the energy I'm able to vibe from you. That's fine. And I think the next thing that I like about you is it's not just your smile. It's got to be the way that whenever we're together and, we're going somewhere, you just take such pride in having us look, because we really are a couple. And the last thing I believe to why you'd want to hang with me is because I know I can tell a lot of funny jokes. And strangely enough, you laugh at the good ones and even the ones that other people don't laugh at. Give it a couple minutes, bam, that person's now going to be like, you know what, I think we probably should go steady. Once you unlock the combination and once you take out the stress, once you take out the pressure, people then were like, okay, right? Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an amazing privilege, a pleasure and honor to be with you this fantastic Friday, November 10th, 2023. By the way, I do want to give a shout out. I know it's tomorrow, but I do want to give an extra shout out to all of our wonderful veterans that gave their lives, and those that came back from the war as well too, and that fought for us so we could have our freedom. I'm really grateful for that because tomorrow, November 11th, is Veterans Day. And so I do say thank you for that so that we can enjoy our life. Do go ahead and scan the QR code or go to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations, and click on that PayPal link and make the choice to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or a scrumptious bowl of desserts. And we'll be so grateful. We'll invest that in new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to fuel not only your mind, your brain, and your body, to give you the confidence, the feelings, the sights, and the sounds to propel you toward success. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. I'm also a podcast host and a podcast coach, and a specialist in helping businesses tell a story that leads to them growing and being more scalable and profitable. And I typically work with companies that bring in 10 million or more. And I'm very good at helping companies find their story, whatever that story is. I can tell the story they have. I can create a new story, but it's always about truth. And I can get people curious about your business so they can ask questions and thus choose to want to do business with you. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. I'm going to catch you guys, you know when? Tomorrow. Again, my humble gratitude to all of the men and women that gave their lives for us, and our veterans. So thank you very much. Thank you for you, and thank you for your entire family, and for everything that you've done for us so that we can have our freedom today. Be well, everyone, and take care. Check out all my great content. You know, John the Science Guy released today. Also, Super Motivational Friday released today, and we have Jason Academy releasing on Monday. So check it out. We got lots of great stuff for you. Have yourself a wonderful night, and I'm going to catch you guys, tomorrow with a brand new master topic. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're going to have to come back.